Mahesh, live?
Yes, sir. We are live.
Okay. Hello. Very good evening to everyone gathered here on this for this orientation meeting. Apologies for the brief delay of about 10 minutes before we started this meeting. So the way this orientation meeting will go is there is a lot of standard things about the program which we have created two short videos on, and we're going to play those videos now for you to see, and we'll come back after that and answer questions that you have asked. So that's going to be the program. But one small warning I want to give you. This is about people who have to qualify for the July 7 exam. If you want to qualify for the July 7 exam, the rules are slightly different this time. So while you look at the video, please wait for us to come back and clarify what that small change is in the clarification regarding those who can write exams on July 7th to continue in this semester. So there's one small point there. We come back and clarify that and then answer your question. So maybe we can start by playing the videos. Can we do that?
Mahesh, can we start?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
We also.
Hello all, welcome to this qualifier process of the BS in Data Science and Applications program offered by IIT Madras. I'm going to walk you through the entire qualifier process, how it happens, how do you give the exam, and after the exam, what are the steps that you will need to do. So this is the slide that gives an overview of the entire BS program. So you can see that you are at the entry level. We have marked it here in red color so that it's very clear for you. This is the regular entry. You come in through the qualifier process to this program, and then once you pass the qualifier, you come into the foundation level of the program. Then you proceed to the diploma level, the degree level, and you exit with the BS degree. You can see other exits which are at the end of the foundation level. There is a certificate exit. At the end of the diploma level, you can exit with one or both diplomas. There is also a BSc exit after 3 years and a BS exit at the end of 4 years. The other parts in the slide also show you that anybody who has completed standard 12 can join this program. No age limit, no limit on where you are located in the entire world. You could be in any of the countries, US, Canada, Australia, Japan, Singapore. We have learners from across the world today studying in this program. You could be of any age. You could be right from say 17 years old when you've completed your standard 12 to you could go to our youngest / oldest learner today is about 81 years old. So you could be of any age, you could study from this program too, and this is the way that you enter the program. Qualifier process, by now all of you should have probably filled in the application for the qualifier process. There will be first some basic details that are collected from you, and then comes the payment page. The fee for the qualifier process is rupees 3,000 for the normal category. There are waivers for those who belong to other categories. You can check that when you go into the form. And after paying the fee, there are a couple more pages where you have to upload some documents. So we will ask for your photo, your signature, your 12th standard pass certificate, and maybe other category documents if you want to upload it for the marks waiver. So hopefully you have completed the entire application document. The documents are verified by us, whatever you upload, right? The photo, the signature, the other documents that you upload are also verified by us, and that process will keep going on, because normally once you upload, it takes us about 3 to 4 weeks to verify the documents. Don't worry about it. We will verify it. If there are problems, we will come back to you. We will say re-upload the documents. So you can wait for that process to go on. Don't worry. You can start the qualifier learning process as part of the program. This is the third scenario that we can see. Students not eligible to write the qualifier exam even for the July 7th date. So basically we said the first 2 weeks we'll take the average of the assignments, and if you get more than 40 out of 100, you become eligible to write the qualifier exam. Supposing you did not get more than 40 out of 100 or whatever your category cutoff was, and you did not get hall ticket to write the qualifier exam, in that case you have to restart the entire process and you have to reapply to us for the September or January term or thereafter and do the entire 4 weeks again. So you'll have to do the submission of assignments again and become eligible for the next term in which the qualifier is being conducted. So this August 4th attempt will not be an option for you because you did not even get your hall ticket for July 7th. So in that case, your process for the May term is over. You have to come in like a fresh student for us in the September 2024 term, Jan 2025 term, or whenever it is that you want to do it. So this is the option for students who did not become eligible to write the qualifier exam. So this is the other possibility or scenario that can arise, right? So you have written, you became eligible to write the qualifier exam and you wrote the exam, or you were absent for the exam, right? And if you wrote the exam, you did not pass the exam in maybe one or more subjects. So in both these cases, if you were absent or you wrote the exam and did not pass all 4 subjects that you did not qualify to the program with us, you have one more opportunity to attempt the qualifier exam within this particular term itself. So we call it reattempt the qualifier exam, and that is on 4th August that you will be writing the second attempt that is there. You pay 50% of the fee, whatever you paid initially, 50% of that fee you pay for reattempting the qualifier exam. Rough dates we have put July 17th to July 18th will be the window when you re-register for this. And then the subjects to be attempted. Say I have passed maybe in English 1 and Maths 1, but I did not pass in Statistics 1 and Computational Thinking. So in the reattempt, you can only attempt Statistics 1 and Computational Thinking. You don't have to attempt the subjects that you have passed. But basically, we will take the best of the 2 and you have to pass in all 4 finally. But since you passed 2, you don't have to try those 2 again in your reattempt exam. For those who are absent, of course, you have to attempt all 4 subjects during your 4th August reattempt exam. So this is the option for now. Those who were absent for the qualifier exam or those who attempted but did not pass all subjects and did not qualify to start the program with us. So what after the qualifier exam, the results and first term courses, let's talk about that, right? So we saw that you first applied, then you came into the 1 month qualify process, you watched the videos, you submitted the assignments, became eligible for the qualifier exam, you went and wrote the qualifier exam in person, and now the results are coming out. So there are 2 different scenarios that you have become eligible to write the qualifier exam. What can you do after that? So the first scenario is the results will be declared within 1 week from the exam date. So we will tell you whatever marks you have gotten and whether you have qualified or not. For those who pass and qualify to enter the program, you can continue in the same term, in the May term itself, choosing to register for 1, 2 or 3 or 4 courses and continuing to study it. So basically, say May 31st we start the first week of the qualifier, July 7th you write the exam. The content we will keep showing you even in week 5, week 6, week 7, though the qualifier is only for 4 weeks content, right? So week 5 you study. If you think you are very confident that you are going to pass the qualifier, you want to continue the program with us, then you study week 5 content. As we release it, submit the assignment there. Study week 6 content, as we release it, submit the graded assignment there. By that time your qualifier result should be out, and then you can choose, maybe I am going to continue in this term itself with the program, I am going to complete a few courses now. So we will open a course registration window in which you register to these courses. You can choose, like I said, 1, 2, 3 or 4 courses, and then you can start the foundation level. So these are recommendations from our side, saying that based on how you have done the qualifier exam and how much marks you got, this is what we'll recommend to you. So if your average score in the 4 subjects is less than 50%, we'll say take only 2 courses. Maybe you need some more time to get used to the way that we are assessing you, to the content we give you and so on. And if you get the average score to be between 50 and 70%, then you can take maybe up to 3 courses, and more than 70% you can take 4 courses. So we are not going to enforce this as a rule, but we will recommend this for you, and you can choose how many courses you want to take. So basically if you get less than 50 and you take 4 courses, we think maybe you're going to struggle with the weak content that is going to come up next, and maybe you should do only 2 courses and proceed thereafter. So if you qualify, you continue to study like we said for the qualifier exam, but this is of course only if you have finished standard 12 and you pass standard 12 before say June 2024. So there is also a pathway in our program where students who are currently doing standard 12, right, those have finished 11th standard and now in 12th standard in school, they can also write the qualifier exam, get an admission from us, but they can join us only after you complete your 12th standard. So assuming you've completed 12th standard, like I said, you can continue to study and you can register for courses. So eligibility to write your final exam, the average of the best 5 out of the first 9 weeks of content, the weekly graded assignment, should be greater than or equal to 40 out of 100. So just like we had an eligibility for your appearing for the qualifier exam, we have an eligibility for appearing for the final exam for the courses you register also. So the first 9 weeks we take out the 5 assignments, average must be greater than or equal to 40 out of 100, and only if this crosses the cutoff, you will be allowed to write the final exam. Otherwise, if you are ineligible, you will not be able to write the end term exam, and the fees will also not be refunded. There will be another quiz 2. So your qualifier is considered as quiz 1 of this particular May term, and quiz 2 is on 4th August 2024, where the contents, the assessment will be broadly based on contents weeks 1 to 8, focusing of course on weeks 5 to 8, and final exam is on 1st September 2024. So with that, this May term will come to an end, and how many of courses you have registered for, you would have completed it, gotten the credits for it when the result come out if you pass it. Hello all, welcome to this qualifier process of the BS in Data Science and Applications program offered. So here are some pathways that are there, and these pathways are something we recommend again based on what else you are doing apart from doing this program. So if you are a full-time student and you want to dedicate all your time to study this is your primary degree, you are not doing any other college degree along with this, we would say go for the fastest path. So you can do 4 courses in one term, 4 courses in another term, and then you can complete your foundation level in 2 terms itself. That's shown in the rightmost column. You can see there the fastest path, but you have to spend about 40 hours per week. So think of it like a full-time college you're doing. Morning 9 AM to 6 PM you're going to be sitting and studying, watching videos, solving assignments, submitting them, attending the live sessions. This is what you'll primarily do. So we say it's about 40 hours per week. But if you're a student in a college, right, and doing another degree, this may not be the most convenient for you. In that case, we will say go maybe for the medium pace, and you can complete your foundation level in 3 terms. So the first term you can do maybe 3 courses, second term 3 courses, and the third term you can do 2 courses. In this case also you will need more hours to be spent per week, which is about 30 hours per week. So assume you are going to college during the weekdays, every evening you might have to study for 2 or 3 hours and make up for it in the weekend. But maybe this pathway will be good for you. But again we would say if you are coming from a non-programming, non-maths background, we have a lot of students from non-maths, non-programming backgrounds who are maybe doing like English programs, maybe history programs, maybe commerce programs and so on. For y'all the foundation can be completed in 4 terms. So basically you do 2 courses per every term, and that is how you progress in the program. One thing that all of you should remember is there is no problem if you go slow, your friend is going fast, somebody else is going at a medium pace. This program allows you to decide at what speed you will study from the program. This is one of the biggest advantages, the flexibility that it gives you to study based on your background, based on what else you are doing. So that is something that you have to decide on how much time you have, what is the background you have, how many courses you can cope, and then decide on the pace you want to keep in the program. So these are the suggestions we have, the order of courses you can take, and you can choose based on whatever your background is. Two, like I said, the previous was you had qualified, you wanted to continue in the May term, complete a few courses in the May term. So after qualification you register to courses, do the quiz 2 and the end term exam. But supposing you say, no, I have qualified, I've gotten the admission letter, let me join the program in September 2024 or Jan 2025. So you can take a break and you can register either in the September 2024 term or the Jan 2025 term. You can defer your start of the program to the next 2 terms also. So for the September 2024 term, between roughly 4th to 10th September should be the registration window. We will of course keep you posted about when you have to register for courses and start the program, and you have to redo the 4 weeks. So you have to redo the 4 weeks of the qualifier content that was there, and you have to do the quiz 1 again if you're starting in September or the Jan 2025 term. But there is an option if you don't want to immediately continue. There is an option where you take the admission letter from us and join us later. So this is the other possibility or scenario that can arise, right? So you have written, you became eligible to write the qualifier exam and you wrote the exam, or you were absent for the exam, right? And if you wrote the exam, you did not pass the exam in maybe 1 or more subjects. So in both these cases, if you were absent or you wrote the exam and did not pass all 4 subjects that you did not qualify to the program with us, you have one more opportunity to attempt the qualifier exam within this particular term itself. So we call it reattempt the qualifier exam, and that is on 4th August that you will be writing the second attempt that is there. You pay 50% of the fee, whatever you paid initially, 50% of that fee you pay for reattempting the qualifier exam. Rough dates we have put July 17th to July 18th will be the window when you re-register for this. And then the subjects to be attempted. Say I have passed maybe in English 1 and Maths 1, but I did not pass in Statistics 1 and Computational Thinking. So in the reattempt, you can only attempt Statistics 1 and Computational Thinking. You don't have to attempt the subjects that you have passed. But basically, we will take the best of the 2 and you have to pass in all 4 finally. But since you passed 2, you don't have to try those 2 again in your reattempt exam. For those who are absent, of course, you have to attempt all 4 subjects during your 4th August reattempt exam. So this is the option for now. Those who were absent for the qualifier exam or those who attempted but did not pass all subjects and did not qualify to start the program with us. This is the third scenario that we can see. students not eligible to write the qualifier exam even for the July 7th date. So basically we said the first 2 weeks we'll take the average of the assignments, and if you get more than 40 out of 100 you become eligible to write the qualifier exam. Supposing you did not get more than 40 out of 100 or whatever your category cutoff was, and you did not get hall ticket to write the qualifier exam, in that case you have to restart the entire process and you have to reapply to us for the September or January term or thereafter and do the entire 4 weeks again. So you'll have to do the submission of assignments again and become eligible for the next term in which the qualifier is being conducted. So this August 4th attempt will not be an option for you because you did not even get your hall ticket for July 7th. So in that case, your process for the May term is over. You have to come in like a fresh student for us in the September 2024 term, Jan 2025 term, or whenever it is that you want to do it. So this is the option for students who did not become eligible to write the qualifier exam.
Okay, I think those videos, I hope all of you could hear it well and see it well. It walked you through all the things that you have to do. It's a little bit different from what you are used to as studying the normal studying process. So I hope that was clear. A lot of the questions that we are getting on the G form is asking when will classes start, when will classes start. Content has already been released on the portal. The main content is a set of recorded lectures which has been made available to you. That is the class. There is no other live class on the main content. Now, every day, there are live sessions where doubts on that content are cleared by our instructors. Now, you are supposed to watch the recorded content first. And then if you have doubts, you can come to these live sessions and get your doubts clarified. So the live sessions are not live classes. These are mainly for clarifying doubt. The classes themselves are recorded videos that you have to watch. So please note this very important big difference, number one. Number two, you have to submit assignments every week. On the portal, there is something called graded assignment. You have to submit them every week, and there is a deadline before which you have to submit. If you can't see the graded assignment for the first week, then raise the question in the support or something, then you're missing out on something. The graded assignment has been released for everybody. All of you should be able to see that on the portal. And to answer that graded assignment, you should see all the videos that have also been posted. So see the videos, answer the graded assignment. That's how it goes. If you don't submit the graded assignment, you will not become eligible for the exam and you will not get a hall ticket. Now, here is the change in the rule that I was talking about. In the first 2 graded assignments, if you get an average of 40 or more, okay, the first 2 graded assignments, if you get an average of 40 or more, you will immediately qualify to get a hall ticket for the July 7th exam. Okay. July 7th is the first qualifier exam, and that is the only qualifier exam in which you can qualify and continue immediately in this term itself. Okay. If you want to continue to register and take courses in the May term, in the May-June term of this year itself, you have to qualify for the exam on July 7th, which means you have to submit assignment 1, assignment 2, first 2 weeks assignments in all the 4 subjects. And across all of these subjects, you have to have, in each of these subjects, in each of these subjects in the 2 assignments, you have to have greater than 40% average marks. I hope that is clear to you. This is a very, very important criteria. Okay. If you cannot find the assignment, if you cannot submit, whatever the reason is, you will not qualify for the exam on July 7th. Now, there are community-based relaxations for this 40%. If you are SC or ST or PWD with 40% disability, it's enough if you get 30% average. If you are PWD with disability and SC/ST, it's enough if you get 30% average. If you are OBC NCL or EWS, it's enough if you get 35% average. So there is a small relaxation there, but aim for the 40%. That's good for you. Okay. Now that's for the July 7th exam, which will allow you to register for the May-June term and continue in this semester itself if you qualify. Now, if you cannot meet this 40% requirement, we will look at the third week. Now, the third week has the third assignment, and we'll take the best, best two out of these three and look at that average. If that average is above 40, you will qualify, but then your exam will only be on August 7th. Okay, August 4th. Sorry, August 4th. Okay, and August 4th, if you qualify and write the exam, you cannot continue in this term. You'll have to come back in the next term, in the September term, and register and continue and do courses. I hope that's clear to you. So if you cannot get this 40% in the first 2 weeks, if you have to do 3 weeks assignments and the best 2 out of those 3 in every subject crosses 40%, you qualify for the August 4th qualifier exam. I hope that's clear. That's it. That's for the qualifying criteria for getting the hall ticket for the qualifier. This is a slightly involved thing. So now, what is passing the qualifier? All of that I think was clearly described in the video, and all of that stays the same. We are not going to change any of that. There are reattempt dates for both July 7th and August 4th. So all of that is possible. There's no change in any of the rest of it. I hope that was clear. Would you like to add anything?
Yeah. So access the portal right now. In case you are having difficulty to access the portal, there are Gmeets which are running where you can join and ask questions, get clarifications. Say if you send an email, you may not get a response immediately. Because there are lots of students writing to us. So Gmeet links are there. So please join the Gmeet links to get them clarified. Make sure that you have access to the portal, access to the course content, and you're able to see the assignments so that you can start working on them. The assignment deadline will come very soon. I think next week. Next Wednesday will be the deadline. So you have about another 8-9 days left for the first assignment deadlines. So make sure you submit the first 2 assignments so that you can become eligible for the July 7th qualifier. So you have the option of continuing with the program right now, or you can also choose to do it later. But you'll have both options open if you are doing it in July 7th. Otherwise, if you go to the August 4th qualifier, you can get qualified, you can get an admission letter to the foundation level, but you will start the foundation level only from the September term. So please be aware of that. So immediately, please check whether you have access to the portal. If you have any difficulties, join the Gmeet links to get them clarified.
Okay. And you might want to say we have the Hindi orientation inside each course.
Yeah, so inside each course, there's also orientation videos available. Okay, and that orientation video is available in multiple languages. In Hindi, it's available. In English, it's available. So you can see this orientation video again and again, how many ever times you want, pause, delay, etc. All of that is available in your course portal itself. When you log into the course portal, then when you can go and see on the left, there'll be a lot of tabs. One of those tabs will open out videos for the orientation, and some of that, I mean, some of those videos, all of those videos, I think will also have a Hindi version. So you can see the orientation in Hindi as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Shall we take?
So we'll take some questions. So some questions that we already saw. One important question that I want to make very clear is, this is not a campus program. This is an off-campus program, meaning that there is no campus associated as such with this program. Okay, so it's primarily online. Instructions is primarily online, and exams are in a center near your place. Wherever you are, somewhere near your place, you will get an exam center. You have to go write exams there. Okay, I hope that's clear. That's one question a lot of people are asking repeatedly. When do I come to campus, etc.? There is no campus facility that's offered along with this program. That's the main reason why this program cost is very low. Normal campus programs you would have seen are very highly costed. The cost is low because of that reason. Okay, hope that's.
So many of them are asking what is the support we'll give them in terms of live sessions. So we might want to clarify that though all the videos are recorded, how we have live sessions, a calendar that we have already put out that they have to sync and just follow from the links.
Yeah, so a lot of this information is in your dashboard and is sent as WhatsApp messages and emails to you. Now, there may be a lot of emails and a lot of WhatsApp messages, but it's your duty and responsibility to see each of them and make sure you process it and understand whether it's for you and it's informative for you. That responsibility is on you. Okay, so make sure you read it. All this information will come to you. When is a live session for what course, right? So there are 4 different courses that you're doing in qualifier: English, Math 1, Stats 1, and CT, Computational Thinking. For each of these, there will be live sessions at different times through the week. There is a calendar that is released in your dashboard. All of that is available. Check out your calendar, watch out for the WhatsApp messages, watch out for the email messages. Sometimes email and WhatsApp may not get delivered, but your portal you can access. On there is a calendar. Now, supposing, let's say 8 o'clock this evening, there is a math live session. So you can log in there. There'll be a lot of other students also who are logged in, and people will be asking doubts, maybe, right? Sometimes people will be asking doubts. Sometimes the instructor will be explaining some crucial thing about maybe one assignment that is there, right? So there is something called a practice assignment that we give. So maybe the instructor is doing a session on the practice assignment. So he or she may tell you about how to solve a particular type of problem. So you can just listen to that. And these live sessions, if you cannot make it at that particular time, we record them and we make them available to you. So you can even see it at your time of convenience. But watching these live sessions is very, very, very critical, because a lot of problem solving is shown in these live sessions. So you can go watch it and then learn.
So there is a calendar which you can subscribe to. I think on the portal you will
The
have
link will
that.
be given.
The link for the calendar will be given. So you can subscribe to it so that it gets added to your Gmail calendar. So your Google Calendar will also carry the schedule, so that you will get reminders on your phone or other devices as well. So please sync your calendar with the qualifier calendars which are given for each of the courses, so that you can be up to date with the information.
Okay. So another thing that I'm seeing here is there are students saying that the assignment due date is June 6th. There's another student who says the first assignment due date is over. So I'm not sure where they are seeing or what notifications they are seeing, but the assignment is only next week, and where they have to see, maybe you want to clarify that we have this whole week. We've just released content.
Yeah, so the assignment due date must be in multiple places. For instance, if you go open the assignment itself, the due date will appear on the top saying what the due date is. See it for yourself, right? People will tell you a lot of things. There's lots of YouTube channels and this and that, which puts out so much information claiming to be community of BS students, which may also be true. These may be senior students trying to get some mileage for their channels, trying to get you to come and see, etc. And they may be pushing this information. The only authentic information, the only reliable, real information will come from our portal. Okay, the name of the channel can be misleading. It'll say IITM student community. Anybody can name any channel whatever they want. There's no restriction, right? So be careful. What you go from, wherever you go from the portal, if you go log into your portal and click and go from there to something, that is a reliable, authentic, official channel. Others are all, individual people doing their own thing. So any information from anywhere, go to the portal and verify it for yourself. Deadline for assignments, definitely they are there on the assignment page. You can go see on the very top, it will be there. The first deadline is next Wednesday. So that would be 12th of June.
Yeah,
12th of June is the first deadline for the first week across all the subjects. That is the deadline.
And do not pay anybody from outside of the services either. So that's another thing which happens, especially at the qualifier level. People tend to pay to people and assuming it's to IIT Madras. Other than the qualifier exam fee, there is no other fee which IIT Madras collects till you come back to register for courses. And all payments which are done to IIT Madras will happen only on the portal. We will not be collecting any money from any other source. So please do not pay on any other channels or any other portals or any other websites.
So the next question, maybe we'll do some of these. Okay, there are a couple of students asking, saying, how do they change the exam center? They had given some other city and now they want to change it. So on your dashboard, there'll be an option which says change your exam center. If you've logged into your dashboard on the study website, once you've logged in using your registered email ID, there is an option there which says change exam city. It is open for probably another 4 or 5 days. You can go in and change your exam city there. That is available right now. If you can't change it, write to support email ID and we will help you with that. But ideally that option should work. Just see whether it works and you can change the city there. Okay, so there is a question that says, how do we contact our teachers, instructors? Do we have WhatsApp groups? Do we get phone numbers of theirs? Will you put us into some common place that we can reach out to them?
So given the number of people in these programs, it's impossible to have direct contact with individual faculty. And faculty are available on your videos. You do see them, and even individual instructors is very, very difficult to give that kind of contact information. But the live sessions are one place where you can ask questions, and there's also a forum. Every course has a forum associated with it. You can ask questions there. And both of these are attended. In the live session, you may have the difficulty. There are a lot of people logged in. Maybe they're asking. But forum you can post, and your questions are answered depending on what type of question you ask. Maybe a little bit delayed, but you will get answer if it's a critical question. Now, there are a lot of non-official groups that people will start. We cannot officially endorse those things. Those are your own personal risk if you're going to.
Officially, we do not have any WhatsApp group from our side. So any group that you join on Telegram or WhatsApp or anywhere else.
Even though the name may sound IIT Madras and all that, anybody can name anything. So don't go just with it.
So what we will have as forums will always be a link only from the portal. So portal will have a link called forum there, and if you click on it, then that forum is our official forum. Apart from it, there's no other forum that we belong to in terms of Telegram or WhatsApp or Discord server. Some people run it and so on. None of it belongs to IIT Madras. We do not monitor it, and anything that happens there is outside the purview of this program. We cannot handle whatever happens there. So be a little aware when you join those groups. You might expose personal information there. Be alert and aware. We will not ask you for anything else because we already have all your details when you fill the form for us. So if somebody is saying, give me your name, give me your city, what do you do? Please be aware that you're sharing it on a public forum where there are others too, and then decide on whether you want to do it. Okay, coming to a question. There's a nice question. I think we should answer this. What are some points we should keep in our mind during this course for a better future so that we may become the best possible student coming out of this program and getting on to either a job or higher education?
So I mean, quite a few students are coming out of this program already. This kind of students who are shining in this program are those who are self-driven. Definitely, they're interested in learning and skilling themselves, and not just some pay package. How do I do this? How do I get this grade? And how do I get this pay package? Not just that. You have to be genuinely interested in the area that this program is in, say data science or electronic systems, depending on whatever you're signed up for. And if you're interested in that genuinely, you are here to study. You're putting in the time. So that's the other part which I think some students are missing. They think just watching the videos without doing any additional work is enough. That's not enough at all. You have to put in the time and solve problems. So this combination, students who are very good with time management, who spend time with every course. About 10 hours per course at the foundation level is good. You should spend 10 hours per week per course. The time you have to spend, and you have to be genuinely motivated and interested to learn about these subjects. If you do these two, I think philosophically at least, you're in a good place to get.
Okay. So I think this is a school student. It's not very clear, but from the question, it seems like that. The student is asking whether there's any benefit for school-going students to do this particular qualifier, and is it necessary to attend all the live sessions if I have to do well in the qualifier exam?
So if you're a school-going student, I'm assuming you are currently in class 12 and you have already completed class 11. That is an eligibility requirement for you to apply for the qualifier exam and get qualified to the program. So if you are currently in class 12, you can actually complete the qualifier right now, go through the training for the 4-week period, complete the exam, and secure your admission to the foundation level while you are in class 12. And then you can join the program and start the program after you complete your class 12. So definitely there is an advantage in doing that, because you would have one admission secured while you are in class 12 itself. So that's an advantage. And what is the other part of the question? It was.
They were asking whether it's mandatory to attend all the
Mandatory.
live sessions. What is the advantage of
So the live sessions are very useful for getting your doubts cleared. Maybe you can see an idea of how to solve these problems. When you're looking at it by yourself, you may not be able to solve the problem, but when you interact with the instructor or when you see the instructor trying to solve similar problems or problems of similar difficulty, it might really help you to solve the problem. So attending live sessions is really useful, but it's not mandatory to attend live sessions because the scheduling might not work for everybody. So what we recommend is join the live sessions whenever possible. If you are not able to join the live session, at least watch the recorded videos of the live sessions, which will be made available to you. So that you can catch up on what is happening in that course and how to solve various problems and so on.
Okay. So a couple of them, I think, so again, one suggestion as I'm seeing the questions is that probably people asking the questions have not watched any of the orientation videos inside the course or the earlier links we had sent. I think we had also sent a link of Professor Andrew, who has done a summary of the entire program, about a 20-minute video where he goes over every level and what the program entails, how the program is structured, how every term is structured and all that. So I would urge that all of you at least spend some time, if you're serious about this program and you really want to study in this program, spend at least an hour or so exploring what the program is, right? Go through the main orientation that Professor Andrew has given. That's also there within your course portal, and about the qualifier process. Most of the questions here seem to be a repetition of what we have actually shown. So I'm not going to go through all those questions again, but I would say that go through it, and if you don't understand, you can ask us, but otherwise all the details are given there. So there are questions like how to submit assignments, when are the deadlines, where is the Google Calendar, how do I pay the fees, and so on. So I think we have done all of this that is there. Okay, this is a standard question we get. I think we have answers already with students having graduated, at least as a first set. So we get a BSc or a BS degree after doing this program completely is a question. So it's a yes for that, I guess. Can I completely rely on this course as my primary graduation degree? Would you suggest that I go to a college and actually enroll in another degree, or is it good that I just study this?
So I think our official line is we encourage you to at least start off with another degree. See how well you do here. Can you cope with this program? Because this program, only when you cope and pass, you get to continue, right? It's not like another college where once you get in, you will get out very surely with some degree or the other. So here, only when you clear foundation, you get into diploma and all that. Such uncertainty is there. So I would definitely recommend being in another college and doing this. That's our recommendation. Having said that, the large fraction of students are doing this as standalone degrees, and they are doing well. Quite a few are doing well. So it's possible. It's not impossible, but you need a certain level of maturity, and you should be able to handle the program material and do well in it.
Yeah, maybe at least till the end of foundation, you can revisit whether you want to do 2 degrees simultaneously after you complete the foundation level of this program. But until then, maybe it's a good idea to be registered for another college degree as well.
Okay, so there are specific questions. Maybe this is good to answer. So there's a student who has a concern. He says he has graduated from maths in 2021, which I assume is a degree. It's not explicitly stated. And thereafter, the student has tried to prepare for UPSC and has not gotten through. The student now has enrolled to the qualifier. So he's saying whether it's a wise decision to be in this program because he wants to learn coding and finds the course interesting, but in the 4 years that he will take to complete the program, he'll be 30 years old. And if he still does not qualify for UPSC with this, will he be able to get a job? He says, I don't have anybody to talk to, no mentors. Can you please tell me if it's a good decision?
So that's these are difficult calls for people to make when we don't know you, right? I think lots of complications are there. Even for people who know you, this may be a difficult question to answer. So I think these kind of decisions where you're trying for UPSC as the main thing for a long time is a very deeply personal decisions. But having said that, I'll say a lot of people in this program, particularly older people, they are there. Many are there, many who did not go to college early or decided college is not needed, or they came back and did it, and they seem to be doing well. And now, will you find a job is a This is a hard question for me to answer right now because you have to know how well you do in the program. What I can say is people who are doing well in the program, by the time they finish even one diploma, they may be able to get internships and small type of jobs like that in many companies. Maybe not big companies, but small companies which do something depending on where you are. If there is a fairly good IT area nearby, the people are able to find some small internships and all that at the diploma level. So our course is structured like that. We do foundation and immediately do skills, which are very job oriented. And only then we do the very theory oriented courses. So everything depends on how well you do, right? So all of that is a factor, but yeah, it's possible.
Yeah.
Would you add something?
Yeah, so as what we have seen is students who are doing well, not just academically, but also with the hands-on, with a lot of projects and who practice their skills a lot, they are doing quite well. So students have been able to land internships, as Andrew was saying, right after one diploma. And definitely a lot of people are able to find internships and placements after two diplomas or at the BSc level. So which is about if you go in the reasonable pace, about 2.5 years into the program is what you can think of. But again, a lot will depend on how well you study, and that requires a lot of motivation from the student and how you manage your time while you are preparing for an exam like UPSC and managing this schedule as well. So that balance is up to the individual students, but definitely the skills which are imparted in this program have a lot of demand in the market. So there's a lot of jobs available. Students who are doing reasonably well in the program have been able to find jobs. We have reasonably reliable data to back that up now, where we can see that hundreds, if not thousands of students have been able to get jobs on their own, just based on the skills they have gained in this program.
Okay, thank you. There's a student, looks like the DAD diploma direct admission is a better answer. So this person is saying he's a senior software engineer with 7.5 years of experience. I joined this course to develop and learn AI so that I can switch careers. Can I skip the foundation level and directly go to the BSc level? Is it possible?
BSc level.
BS, it's not possible to go to the BSc level. So there's actually between foundation and the degree levels, there's a diploma level, which is actually the level where we teach a lot of the skills. So if you are interested in just gaining skills in one of the domains, either programming or data science, there is an alternate path, which is the direct admission to diploma. You could choose that. So when you choose that, you don't do most of the foundation level courses. You do only like 2 foundation level courses and then the 6 diploma level courses and 2 projects. And that constitutes 1 diploma. So you could choose to do that and get yourself trained, and maybe that will help you in upskilling or like maybe shifting careers from your domain. But if you are looking for a degree where you get the full-fledged training, then coming through the foundation is the best way. Although direct admission to diploma also has a path, but that's a little more convoluted and it's a little harder to go through that, navigate that for a degree. So if you're interested in getting a degree, becoming an IIT Madras alum, learning the concepts from the basics, then the skills and a lot more theory, advanced topic, best way to go. So that would depend on what term thing, where you will just get trained in the skills and switch careers, then maybe direct admission to diploma is an option that you can consider.
Thanks for that. There's a student, which is a regular question normally, but maybe you can answer this. Will I get a student ID after I pass the qualifier exam to enter IIT Madras campus in person? Will I be eligible to join tech clubs inside campus if I become a student of BS degree?
Okay. I think generally this is not a campus program. I think I've made that point very clear. It's not a campus program. The fee is not kept at a level where your campus use is taken care of. It's not, you're not paying for the campus use at all, right? So that's one point I want to be very clear on. Both the ID and when do they get the ID?
They get an ID when they register for courses after qualifying.
Yeah,
right?
need the register.
Only when you register.
And get
Just
a
qualify. Yeah, not qualifying, you will get an admission letter. And after that, you can choose to come and register for courses. You will have up to 3 terms within which you can register for courses. The admission is valid for 3 terms. So if you come back and register for courses, you will be issued an ID card. So this ID card will specifically mention which level you are, what your roll number is, and information of that sorts. So you will get an ID card. But as Professor Andrew already said, access to campus is not a part of this program specifically. So you will have ID card and you will have the privilege of being an IIT Madras student. But again, it's not like you can come and study here on campus. You will be studying through the online content and taking exams at exam centers near your city or in your city.
There are some campus visits that are possible during Paradox and other such events, but it's restricted.
Campus visits are possible, and at a much later stage, at your degree level, it's also possible to come and study here at campus. But that comes at a much later stage. Like right now, we are talking about preparing for the qualifier, so I don't think we should be worried about that part, which might come at least 3 to 4 years from
And
now.
that also needs some conditions.
Various conditions need to be met for that, and that's way far away from whatever the requirements are right now. So I would strongly suggest you focus on the qualifier, and then you will get access to campus during various fests and events in some way. Then we will see where how you perform in the course moving forward.
Okay, so there's an interesting question from a student who says this is a completely online program where I'll be on the computer and watching videos and be on forums. How do I avoid distractions while watching the lectures, and how do I maintain consistency and keeping time and doing things on time?
It's a $1 million question. I don't think there is one method that will work for everybody. So it's very hard to say that. I think there are people who give up on social media for a few days a week, right? They decide that. I know some people who've done that. I know some people who, I think that's something they keep everything away for a limited amount of time when they do that. You have to try such things.
It requires a lot of self-discipline in some way. What needs to get into the mindset of the student is when you're watching a video, lecture video, you should understand that you're basically in a class. You take your notes, start taking notes, listen to the lecture as if you were sitting in a class. It takes a lot of discipline to do that. But students who have done that, so we have talked to students who have been successful, they have all said that they watch videos, they take notes as if they are in a class, and these notes have been really helpful for them. And that's how they do well. It's not just like watching some entertainment video. There is actually lectures that you are watching, and they do have high-end content. So it's like technical content. So it's not easy to absorb them. So please make sure that you take notes. While you're watching the video, make sure you're not on switching tabs and just listening to the lecture. It doesn't work that way. So be on that tab, watch the video, take notes, and dedicate the time where you are watching the video purely for that.
So we also give you a lot of things to help you, for instance, after you watch a video, there'll be some questions called activity questions. You should try to answer those activity questions, and that will really test whether or not you watch the video properly. If you did not watch the video, you won't be able to answer the activity questions. And those are basic questions. And then the next level of questions come in terms of practice problems, practice assignment, as called. You should be able to answer those questions from the videos. If you can't, then you've not listened properly.
Okay. So there's a student, I think this is already there in the orientation where we've spoken, but I'm a working professional from Singapore. Can I take qualifier and subsequent course exams from Singapore itself?
Yeah, Singapore, we have centers.
No.
Is doing something. Yeah, I think please write to us. We'll write in more clarity. I think you can write to support. It's a unique case. I don't want to talk in general about it.
There is a specific email address for this.
GE at study.
Yeah, ge@study.iitm.ac.in. That's the email ID which you can write to specifically if you are taking the exams from outside India. There are provisions to do that. In some countries, we have exam centers where you can go and take exams. However, in some other countries, we have a different mechanism for conducting exams. So please, if you are staying outside of India, write to at study.iitm.ac.in. Please write to us and we will give you the details. So this is a little more specific to individual people. So it will be better if you write us an email.
Okay. So there's one interesting question that's come. I don't know again how to answer, but maybe we should take it. When I told my parents about joining this course, a big no came from them. How to convince my parents, especially my dad, that I would like to study this course?
Wow. I don't know. I have no idea.
Mm. So I hope your parents didn't say no for you to study in this course, but no objection might have been for studying only this course.
Oh.
So that is probably what would be the concern. So assuming that, I would suggest that, as we had mentioned earlier, it is not a bad idea to do this course along with another college degree, at least till you complete the foundation level. And once you can show that you are doing well in this program and you are actually learning strong skills from this program and you are performing really well in the academics where you are getting good CGPA and so on, I'm sure your parents will be a little more open-minded about you pursuing this degree as the only program. But until then, maybe it is not a bad idea for you to listen to your parents and actually do one other degree along with this. And then hopefully, based on your performance, you can also make a more informed decision on how to proceed.
Yeah, so lead up question to that. There's a student asking, can we study a BS degree with a BTech degree? Is it legal and allowed now, or will I have problems in the future because I did 2 degrees together?
So right now the UGC has come out with a very clear guideline and allowing such degrees. So I don't think there's any legal issue at all right now. So you can do 2 degrees in parallel. One of it can be a BTech degree on campus and another can be this BS degree. And there's no issue with any legal requirement.
And many of the students who are in the program are currently doing that.
Yeah.
So a large number of
More than
students.
70%.
Yeah.
70%.
Almost 20,000 students in the program are currently doing something along those lines, where they are studying a campus degree in some college along with this BS program.
Okay. So a lot of these questions, I'm on like question number 300 or so. It's at 3:30 p.m. today. The form has been opened, I guess, ahead. But the assumption was that students might have seen some orientation and all, but a lot of questions are about the due dates and where do I get my content, where are the presentations, how do I know something. So assumption is you'll have seen all the videos and you have some idea about where the content is, where the assignments are, where the live sessions are. I think you'll have to explore the content inside each of the courses, because all the links are given in the basic unit there. It would be called as, I think, about the course, there's a unit, and inside that unit, there'll be a sheet for the live sessions where the links are given for every day of the week. There's a Google Calendar link that's given there. You have to click on it, add it to your calendar. The other videos of how the structure is given is there. 1 or 2 have seen it, I think, because they do say that I have a doubt in Professor Andrew's video and something is coming up. So a couple of them have seen it, but majority of the questions here, I guess, will get answered if you explore your portal a bit more and go through the videos a bit more. So we are not going to repeat the same questions here. So we'll see what else is there.
So I think for the basic course content, you go to the study.iitm.ac.in/BS or ES, depending on what it is. Do the same sign in, go to your dashboard.
There'll be 4 boxes there.
There'll be boxes there which lead you to the courses. You click on each of those, you go to the course content. Okay, that is the basic flow. Try that, explore, keep exploring that content. You'll see all these things are available. Orientation videos, everything is available inside.
Okay. Yeah, so nothing much I see here. Maybe we can actually do a session after 2 weeks, I guess, after they are there somewhere. But otherwise, it's the same thing of calendar getting updated, when our class is beginning, when our live sessions, and I'm not getting anything else that is interesting to ask. Okay, maybe we'll take 2, just they have come in now. Because we do have cases like this. Can I continue this course along with my MBBS degree that I'm doing?
Yeah, I think so few of them are doing that. We have a few students who do that, and it's a good idea to try, I think.
So just manage your time well.
Yeah,
that's the challenge you will face. But other than that, it's definitely a great value add to do this program along with an MBBS degree.
Okay, can I give GATE exam after doing the complete 4-year BS degree and take admission for masters in the IITs?
So writing GATE exam is definitely possible. There's nobody will stop you from writing the GATE exam. Now, the next thing is about admission to IITs. This degree is a slightly new degree. So some of the IITs have already allowed it explicitly for MTech admission. IIT Madras, for example, a few other IITs which I have to look up exactly. But few IITs do not explicitly allow it yet. right? So they have, they're still holding out. So, but we are writing to them. We are in the process of working with them closely to see that hopefully the next year many more IITs should say yes to this this degree. So technically a 4-year degree should be okay. I don't think there'll be an issue with a 4-year degree. At least theoretically it should be okay, except that the process and the procedures they have to follow to enable a particular degree, that should have been done in some way. But now that UGC also is moving towards a 4-year BS degree as the basic UG degree, I think the IITs will recognize it. For instance, I'll give you examples. I mean, almost all IITs, I think, accept a BSc plus MSc from any discipline for MTech admission, right? So I'd be really surprised if they have a reason for why they don't want to say yes to this BS 4-year degree. I think many of them are willing to do it. Many of them already do. I mean, some of them have already, some of our students have already gotten into it. But it's work in progress. A little bit for a few IITs, it's work in progress.
Okay. So there's another question which says, there are a couple of them, I think now that you've answered the MBBS, there are a couple of them asking, can I do it with BTech in AI? Can I do it with BR? Can I do it with BCom? There are students, I think, since you mentioned a degree.
Many students are doing it with all sorts of backgrounds. I think about 20% are arts, science, commerce background students, right? Large majority is engineering. All branches of engineering people are doing along with it. So quite a few students are doing it, and it's to your benefit, I think.
Okay. There's a question from a working professional. The professional is saying that the live session timetable is not suitable for us. Can you please have sessions on weekends or have it after 6 p.m.?
So all the live sessions are recorded, and the recordings are available for anytime viewing later after that. So I think that is reasonably good enough, and many working professionals within the program do that exactly and have very good marks across the board. So I think between being able to attend some live sessions and watching recorded sessions, you should be welcome.
So every single day we have live sessions going on, and because the student pool this time is pretty big in the qualifier section, so you can attend whichever is convenient for you. So there are sessions that are happening between 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. There are sessions happening between 6 to 8, 7 to 9, and weekends too for every single subject. We do have live sessions for the qualifier. So check out which suit you. You don't have to attend all 7 sessions, but maybe 1 or 2 would be good to attend. The remaining you can see the recorded versions. So, okay, so there are students writing now. I'm currently on a career break. I have 9 years of experience in software testing. I want to switch my career to data science, hence opted for this course. Will any career guidance be provided after the end of this course if I can successfully earn the required credits for the foundation level and move on to the diploma level?
So there is a career services cell in this program. We do provide a lot of support for internships, placements, and other career guidance, whether it's higher education and so on. There is a team which is working on this. We provide support for students once they reach a certain level in the program. So for example, once you complete at least 1 diploma, then students become eligible for an internship support. And once they complete enough courses at the BSc level, they become eligible for the placement support and so on. So depending on the level a student is at, we provide various types of supports. So there will definitely be a lot of opportunities to get understanding of how to switch careers or maybe start a career and so on. So a lot of students who are in the program are in the 20s. So many of them are just starting out their career. So definitely there will be one section like that. And there is also a group of people who have either taken a career break or who are currently working in a different domain and want to switch. So there is a group like that as well. So we do cater to working professionals separately. There are groups where the working professionals interact and try to help each other out as well. So we have various avenues through which such career guidances are provided, and that vary depending on what level the student is at. So right now, at the qualifier level and the foundation level, there may not be much support that is provided. But once you go to the diploma level, complete a diploma and so on, you will start seeing a lot more of these activities where you can be a part of.
Okay. So there are also these not just 12th standard completed students, but I think the other students who are now asking questions, one says, I've completed my 12th standard non-medical with 56% marks and I'm looking to do this degree after a 12-year gap. They've not mentioned what they have done in the 12 years, so that is a bit of information we don't have. Suggest me challenges, advice whether I should take it, as I really want to do this program and I'm already enrolled to the qualifier. Can I do it?
So, whether you can do it will depend on individual person. But what we can talk about is there are students who have done this after class 12. Maybe they have taken a break. They have done different kinds of jobs. So we do not know the specific case in your situation. So we can't specifically give you advice on that. But generally, it is possible, but it will be a little harder because you would have been so much separated, removed from what you learned in class 12. So the content which is given starts off from class 11 content on, but you still have to catch up a little bit and you might have to work a little bit harder to catch up. But it is possible. You might have to spend a little more time.
Not only that, I think the one of the things is courses from IITs, and particularly in this program also, they're all problem solving oriented. So depending on how you did your 12th, was it a very problem solving oriented board, or was it more of a rote learning type mode? I think it's all of those things matter. So I mean, you would be the best judge of that. You would see. I think even in the first couple of weeks, you'll figure out how the questions are asked, and you'll see how that works. You'll be comfortable with that kind of problem solving approach to learning.
So one learner has an interesting question for you both, I think. So they are asking, what has been your experience with the students
Mahesh, are we live? Okay, so sorry about that. There was a network glitch. Yeah, so I think meeting these students and getting to know them really has been an amazing experience. I think easily a lot of people are saying this is one of the most impactful programs IITM has ever created in terms of numbers and reach. And it's amazing. I mean, so many different people from so many walks of life, so many backgrounds, so many places in the country coming together, and this has enabled so much more other than just studies. A lot of friendships across the country from different places. People have gotten together, and there are music bands in the program which have people from the north, south, even outside the country, and they come together and they perform, and they've gotten contracts with some people and all that. There are people who made movies like that. It's just, and there's a travel group which allows people to go and stay, and people related to the program all across the country. All sorts of interesting things are happening. It's a really, I mean, if you're that type of person who's outgoing, who can go out and interact with people, it's really amazing for such people, and there's lots of such people in the program.
So I guess that answers another question of a student who says, will we be allowed to come to IIT Madras campus and feel like an IIT student at least for a couple of days? So I guess Paradox.
That we do in Paradox. So Paradox is a 5-day to 5-day event. So, but students come in and stay for about 5 days on campus every year, and there's a huge celebration. I'm sure some videos of Paradox will come out if you search. And we had a great Paradox. It just closed yesterday after 4 or 5 days of great fun.
Okay, so since we had some recent cases, again, these are outliers. I'm just taking it to say what is the kind that that can do our program. I'm a chess player. I want to pursue this degree and chess career simultaneously. I have to travel for tournaments abroad. So if my final exams or in-person quizzes clash with the tournaments when I'm abroad, how do I get support from the program? Is it possible for me to do it?
We will work with you. You write to us. This is such an individual case. It's hard to give general answers. But there are people like that, people who follow other careers very actively who are in the program also. A few of them. There is I think triathlon, not triathlon, what is it? Iron Man competition contestant.
The tennis player who's
Tennis player.
There is a Harikatha exponent. A lot of people are there who are doing this. It can be worked out. But first you have to qualify, get in, then write to us and describe what the problem is. We'll work with you to solve.
Okay. So I think a couple of JEE qualified students, for whatever reason, are here and they're asking about whether they should write the qualifier exam, what is the exam on July 7th, what is the process, and so on. So this is.
So if you have qualified JEE mains and qualified to appear for JEE advanced, you have a direct admission into the foundation level of the program. You could register for courses.
See, they've already registered for courses.
Yeah, that would have happened already. So in case you have not, is it still open, the registration for JEE students?
Yesterday it was open.
Okay. So you please join a Google Meet and ask this question or write to us and we will figure that out. So you can start the program directly. But in case you had, while applying, you had not mentioned that you were a JEE student or you have qualified JEE or you have not submitted the required documents, then you might have been put into this qualifier process. So in that case, you may have to go through the qualifier process to get admission. But if you feel that you already have the JEE advanced eligibility either this year or the last year, you could directly join the program. So please write to us with the documents. We will verify and then get back to you. Again, we have to see what is the status. If the document is not available, then you would have to go through the qualifier process. The qualifier process, as was explained in the orientation, is a 4-week process at the end of which there is an exam. So you might have to do that if you do not have the documents supporting that you have qualified for JEE Advanced either in 2024 or in 2023.
Okay. So a couple of students are a little confused by, I think, the deadlines on our assignments. So for the practice assignments, normally the deadline is given as 31st December 2024 because the assignments are open and they can refresh and they can keep submitting it. While graded assignments have the next week as a deadline. So I see quite a few questions which are asking, why is the deadline? Is it a mistake? Why have you given it? So are we supposed to attempt it or is it for the next term that you've configured?
So what counts in your grading is only the graded assignment. The graded assignment will have a proper deadline. So you'll see that deadline will be 12th for the first week. You have to do that. And after that, every week it will come. Right? You'll get only 7 days additional, so 19th, like that it will come. So watch out for the graded assignment, which will count for your exam. And I guess the first term they won't have programming and all that, right? So that will come later. So graded assignment is what you have to look.
Yeah, so the practice assignments have a longer deadline so that you can keep submitting and refreshing, getting your scores and answers just for you to practice. There's a question bank at the back. Every time you reload and refresh, you'll get a different set of questions and you can use that. So that there's no deadline after which you cannot do it. We have given a long-term deadline of December 31st. That's all. It doesn't matter. It's just for your practice there. So maybe we'll take 1 or 2 last questions and close the session. Otherwise, there are Gmeets running every single day, at least through this week. For those of you who are having access issues and say, I can't see my calendar, I can't see the content, I can't find my courses, I would really urge you that you join the Gmeet so that we can look into your issue and actually help you sort it. Normally, it's very simple that you might have logged in with some other email ID with which you have not registered, or sometimes there are 2 or 3 email IDs you would have, signed in. Each would have created an application with us, but one would have been the one you paid in, and you'll be trying to access the courses with the others. So these are common issues that we see, or sometimes generally there might be a technical issue where something is not enabled. We'll sort it out as we see you. So Please join the Google Meets. I think those links have been given to you. We have sent WhatsApp and email also. Tomorrow also will be available. Please kindly join those to sort it out. Otherwise, send a mail to support, but support mails will take some time because we have to go through every one of them and kind of respond. Gmeets are easier for us to do it when you are all together, and maybe sometimes one common solution kind of solves all of your problems. So there's one student who says, I want to do this course standalone. Can you please tell me what percentage of students or number of students are doing this as a standalone? It will help me boost my confidence level so that I can be confident I'm not the only one who's thinking of doing this as a standalone degree. And hopefully we can also apply to foreign universities or elsewhere by doing this standalone.
About 15 to 20%, right? The number of standalone.
20%.
About 20, close to 20.
Close to 20%.
Close to 20% of the students are doing it standalone. And yeah, I think many of them are going off to US also. Some of them are getting these kind of admits and going there. So I don't think it's a problem as such, but I think, like I said, it's not like this is designed for standalone in some sense. You have to have a lot of other factors. You know, you should know how to make friends outside. You know, all of that, all of those things are important too. And if you're comfortable with that, then this will work. And there are many who are doing it standalone and doing well also. So.
Okay, so the questions keep coming. So I think there is a spam or a scam, but there's a student who's written, I saw a video pop-up asking students to introduce themselves and also share some data, and in return they get some goodies like an Amazon voucher, and they've tagged IITM, I think, but it had a script to follow and a Google form to upload the video. I'm not sure whether this is there, but can you clarify if there are such drills where you ask students to post intro video and upload them?
So like I said, the only authentic links that you will get from the program are those that go out of your portal. You log into the portal, get in there, and what you see there are authentic. What you don't see there are from other people. And there are a lot of people out there, including current students of the program, some of the senior students who are actively trying to recruit people into their social media platforms and YouTube channels and other things. So, I mean, these are considered legitimate today in the country, right? So it's not for us to make rules against it. But I mean, you have to be aware of these things when you're online. These are safeguards you have to.
Okay, sure. And yeah, I think we can close with that. The other questions I can see all right, but I think maybe we'll have some sessions where you can ask. I think with respect to your situation too, I'm seeing some questions that we will take maybe later. But in general, access issues, please be aware that you have to start accessing content. That's the most important thing. It's already 3 days since we have released the week 1 content for you. And you have to be able to access the videos, assignments, live session link, and the calendar for it. Without it, you'll not be able to progress. You might miss out on some important piece of information.
Like, I mean, after you click all the answers, there is a submit button below. You have to click on that submit and make sure that you come back. The submit thing stays, and you see a line which says you last submitted at that time, etc. So a lot of people sometimes they just click on the tick mark and forget to click the submit. Submit is also important.
Okay, so I think we can end here. We will meet with them and.
Thank you, first of all, on behalf of IIT Madras, the BS programs, very, very warm welcome to all of you into this qualifier. You'll see the nature of the videos and the way we teach you. You'll see we're quite rigorous, and these programs have quickly built a reputation of being tough programs. Okay, so you have to spend time. If you spend time, a lot of benefits that you can reap from it. Okay, welcome and best wishes.
All the best to everybody who's attempting the qualifier process. So please be regular with your assignments. Make sure that you qualify for the July 7th exam. Submit both your assignments on time, and hopefully all of you will earn the admission into this program. All the best.
Yeah, hope to see you in the program. Thank you. Bye-bye.